Welcome back to the Cash Kicks channel for expert sports analysis, the best team picks, total picks, and in-depth breakdowns based on previous performances. Stay ahead of the game with our winning insights. And for even more exclusive parlay picks, check out Channel in membership. Georgia State Panthers versus James Madison Dukes. Georgia State arrives at 9-16 overall and 6-6 in the Sun Belt, sitting in the thick of the conference middle tier. James Madison stands at 12-13 overall and 4-8 in league play, trying to climb out of the lower half of the standings. The Panthers are chasing positioning and stability. The Dukes are fighting urgency and traction. The edge on paper leans heavily toward James Madison, with the numbers suggesting nearly an 80% likelihood in their favor. At stake is momentum in a tightly packed conference table, a swing game that could separate steady from slipping. Georgia State enters looking to halt a four-game slide. James Madison defends its home floor with a chance to steady its conference record. This is more than just another February night. It's about control, direction, and belief. Georgia State averages 70.8 points per game while allowing 73.9. They shoot 38% from the field, distribute 12.1 assists per contest, grab 35.6 rebounds, force 6.8 steals, and block 3.1 shots. Their free throw percentage sits at 78.5%, and they hit 32.2% from three. The profile: gritty, defensive-minded stretches, but inconsistent offensive efficiency. James Madison averages 73.8 PPG and allows 75.1. They shoot 44% from the field, 35.2% from three, and 70% at the line, with 13.2 assists, 36.5 rebounds, 5.2 steals, and 4.6 blocks per game, committing 11.8 turnovers. The Dukes' offense is cleaner and more reliable. Georgia State is paced by Jelani Hamilton, 18.0 PPG, 39% FG, 90% FT, with 2.0 steals per game. Micah Tucker adds 12.5 PPG. Malachi Brown posts 11.1 points and 3.1 assists, and Anthony Ina pulls down 5.3 rebounds. The Panthers lean on Hamilton's shot creation and late clock poise. James Madison is led by Justin McBride, 16.3 PPG, 50% FG, 42.5% 3PT, 80.4% FT. Cliff Davis adds 13.6 PPG, Bradley Douglas dishes 4.3 APG, Eddie Ricks grabs 6.2 RPG, and Christian Brown chips in 1.6 BPG. The Dukes offer balanced, efficient production across the lineup. The theme is clear: Georgia State's perimeter pressure and defensive activity versus James Madison's shot-making efficiency and interior length. Georgia State's recent form reflects turbulence. They've dropped 4 of their last 5. Losses to NIU, 75-74. Troy, 74-63. UL, 82-72. And Coastal Carolina, 69-67, with only a narrow win over Arkansas State, 82-81. The margins tell the story: competitive but unable to close. Late-game execution has wavered, particularly defensively. James Madison is 3-2 in its last 5, beating Toledo 73-71, Troy 73-64, and Texas State 82-57, with losses to UL 64-61 and Southern Miss 73-65. The Dukes have flashed scoring bursts, notably the 82-point game, and better late-game composure. Trend favors JMU. Now the centerpiece: Jelani Hamilton versus Justin McBride. Hamilton is volume and courage, 18 points per game, strong at the line, active defensively. He creates off the dribble, absorbs contact, and carries responsibility. But his 39% field goal rate underscores the difficulty of his shot diet. McBride is precision: 16 points per game on 50% shooting, over 42% from deep. He's efficient, controlled, and selective. He doesn't force rhythm, he sustains it. When McBride finds early space, the Duke's offense hums. If Hamilton dictates tempo, Georgia State hangs around. If McBride controls efficiency, James Madison separates. Tactically, James Madison holds the offensive advantage. Their 44% shooting against Georgia State's 38% suggests cleaner possessions. The Dukes also hold a slight rebounding edge and a significant shot-blocking advantage, 4.6 per game, which could disrupt Panther drives. Georgia State's path lies in forcing turnovers and turning defense into transition. Their 6.8 steals per game reflect that identity. They must speed the game up, attack early, and avoid half-court stagnation. Watch the paint. Christian Braun's rim protection versus Georgia State's drivers will affect finishing. JMU, 13.2 assists, versus GSU, 12.1. Small edge, big in tight spots. Late fatigue could favor the deeper Dukes. The X factor is three-point consistency. James Madison shoots over 35% from beyond the arc. If that number holds, Georgia State's defensive pressure won't be enough. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is James Madison winner. The Dukes' superior efficiency, interior defense, and recent momentum give them the edge. Georgia State will compete. They've proven they can keep games tight, but over 40 minutes, shot-making and balance decide it. James Madison protects home court and steadies its season with a controlled, composed performance. My second pick for this match is total over 142.5. Coastal Carolina Chanticleers versus Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. The Sun Belt spotlight turns to Lafayette as Coastal Carolina, 15-11 overall and 7-6 in conference play, walks into Cajun Dome to face a Louisiana squad sitting at 9-16 overall and 6-6 in league action. In a tightly packed middle of the standings, this isn't just another February game, it's separation night. Coastal is chasing positioning and momentum. Louisiana is protecting home floor and fighting to stay in the upper half of the bracket conversation. The numbers give Coastal a slight edge, a 53.7% lean in their direction, but the margin is thin enough to promise drama. One team has been more productive, the other has been more resilient at home. Something has to give. Coastal Carolina brings a 73.7 point per game offense into the building, nearly 11 points better than Louisiana's 62.5. Both teams shoot 41% from the field, but Coastal spaces the floor more effectively, knocking down 34.7% from three compared to Louisiana's 33.8%. At the line, the Chanticleers hold another advantage, converting 71.9% to Louisiana's 70.0%. The Chanticleers also control the glass. They average 40.6 rebounds per game to Louisiana's 30.3, a decisive edge that fuels second-chance scoring and tempo control. They dish out 11.2 assists per night and generate 4.6 steals with 3.3 blocks, playing a physical, possession-heavy brand of basketball. Louisiana counters with 11.0 assists, 5.3 steals, and 3.2 blocks per game, relying more on perimeter disruption and transition sparks than half-court dominance. At the center of Coastal's offense is Joshua Beadle, pouring in 16.5 points per game while shooting 43.0% from the field, 24.7% from three, and 76.1% at the stripe. He also contributes 3.2 assists. Reggie Hill anchors the interior with 6.0 rebounds per game, and Nadrick Pete adds 1.5 blocks, providing rim protection. Louisiana leans on Dorian Finister, averaging 14.1 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 2.0 assists, while shooting 43.6% from the field and 37.6% from beyond the arc. Davion Laverne orchestrates with 2.9 assists per game, and Todd Jones Jr. provides interior resistance with 1.0 block per contest. Stylistically, Coastal wants to grind, rebound, and outpossess. Louisiana prefers to pressure, force mistakes and create rhythm off turnovers. That contrast defines the matchup: Coastal's rebounding muscle versus Louisiana's perimeter disruption. Recent form adds intrigue. Coastal is 3-2 in its last 5, including an impressive 94-91 double overtime win over UMass and an 83-79 road victory at UL Monroe, but they've also stumbled, dropping games to Arkansas State and South Alabama. Louisiana has also gone 3-2 over its last 5, winning 3 straight before falling to Appalachian State 72-58. They've shown improved defensive discipline, holding James Madison to 61 and Georgia Southern to 60 during that stretch. Momentum feels balanced, but Coastal's scoring ceiling has been higher. When their offense clicks, they can stretch games into the 80s and 90s. Louisiana, meanwhile, thrives when games stay in the mid-60s. The individual duel between Beadle and Finister is the game within the game. Beadle operates with patience and volume, capable of carrying stretches with isolation scoring and late clock shot creation. Finister is more efficient from deep and slightly more balanced across the stat sheet, attacking gaps and capitalizing on defensive lapses. If Beadle dictates pace, Coastal controls flow. If Finister heats up from 3, the Cajuns feed off the energy of their home crowd. Tactically, the biggest question is rebounding margin. Coastal's +10 per game edge on the boards is massive. If that translates tonight, Louisiana will be forced into extended defensive possessions, increasing foul pressure and limiting transition chances. On the other end, Louisiana's 5.3 steals per game could disrupt Coastal's rhythm, especially if the Chanticleer's 10.8 turnovers per game creep upward under pressure. Bench depth also leans slightly toward Coastal in terms of scoring punch, while Louisiana's defensive rotations must stay tight to prevent second-chance kick-out threes. Late-game execution could hinge on free throws, where Coastal's slight percentage edge matters in a tight finish. In the end, the rebounding advantage and offensive consistency tilt the scale. Louisiana's defense will keep it competitive, but Coastal's ability to generate extra possessions should prove decisive. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Coastal Caro winner. The difference will be control of the glass, of tempo, and of the closing minutes. Coastal's balance and rebounding discipline give them just enough to escape Lafayette with a critical conference win. My second pick for this match is total over 127.5. Kansas City Roos versus Oral Roberts Golden Eagles. The spotlight lands on Tulsa with urgency in the air. Kansas City enters at 4-20 overall and 1-9 in Summit League play, sitting near the bottom of the standings and desperate to halt a spiral. Oral Roberts stands 5-20 overall, but still winless in conference action at 0-10. Two teams searching for traction, two programs trying to salvage momentum before the stretch run tightens. Despite the similar struggles, the numbers lean toward the home side. Oral Roberts owns the slight statistical edge across key categories, and the matchup predictor tilts heavily in their direction. For Kansas City, it's about resilience. For Oral Roberts, it's about capitalizing on opportunity and defending home floor. Kansas City averages 71.0 points per game, shooting 42.3% from the field, 30.8% from 3, and 70.0% at the line. They pull down 34.3 rebounds and dish 12.1 assists per game, but turnovers sit at 13.8 per contest. Defensively, they generate 6.4 steals and 3.1 blocks, yet surrender 83.2 points per night, a number that has defined their uphill climb. Oral Roberts scores slightly more at 72.0 per game while shooting 41.7% overall, 31.0% from deep, and a strong 73.6% from the stripe. They rebound at a 33.9 clip, average 11.5 assists, and commit 13.6 turnovers. On the defensive end, they produce 5.9 steals and 3.4 blocks, allowing 79.2 points per game, a modest but meaningful defensive edge over Kansas City. Individually, Kansas City is driven by C.J. Evans. He averages 12.5 points, 4.0 assists, 2.8 rebounds, and 1.5 steals while shooting 44.4% from the floor. Chris Dockery anchors the glass at 6.4 rebounds per game and shoots an efficient 54.4%. Evans also sets the playmaking tone, responsible for much of the Roosters' offensive rhythm. Oral Roberts counters with Ty Harper, the game's most explosive scorer at 15.6 points per night. Harper adds 2.3 assists and 2.9 rebounds, knocking down 39.5% from the field and 31.3% from three, while converting 81.5% at the line. Forward, O.C. Nwafor provides interior balance with 12.5 points and 5.7 rebounds, shooting 46.8%. Together, they form a more diversified scoring base. The defining theme is simple: Kansas City's leaky defense versus Oral Roberts' slightly steadier balance. If the Roos can disrupt rhythm and convert steals into transition points, they can flip tempo. If Oral Roberts controls pace and forces Kansas City into half-court execution, the advantage shifts clearly to the Golden Eagles. Recent form underscores the tension. Kansas City has dropped 4 of its last 5, including an 82-75 loss to South Dakota and a 99-64 setback against St. Thomas, Minnesota. Defensive lapses and scoring droughts have plagued them, even in tighter contests like a 77-60 loss to Omaha. Their lone recent win, a 90-62 decision over South Dakota State, shows the ceiling, but consistency remains elusive. Oral Roberts has also lost 4 of 5, but several games have been competitive. A narrow 77-69 loss to South Dakota and a 79-62 defeat against North Dakota show stretches of defensive resistance. The 92-75 loss to St. Thomas, Minnesota exposed rebounding gaps, yet scoring has hovered in the 70s consistently. They're pressing, but not folding. The centerpiece duel is Evans versus Harper. Evans operates with control, facilitating, probing, distributing. His 4.0 assists per game highlight a steady hand. Harper, meanwhile, plays downhill and aggressive, hunting shots and drawing fouls with elite free throw accuracy. One directs the tempo, the other accelerates it. If Evans dictates pace and limits turnovers, Kansas City can stay composed. If Harper finds early rhythm, the building will respond. This game turns on efficiency and containment. Kansas City must shore up perimeter defense and the paint to cut into 83.2 points allowed. Oral Roberts will space the floor, feed Nwafor inside, and rely on Harper late. Rebounding is even, so second-chance points matter. Both average about 14 turnovers. The team that protects the ball likely controls momentum. Bench production and late-game execution also loom large. Neither team has shown consistent closing strength, so composure in the final 4 minutes may define the night. The X factor: three-point rhythm. Both teams hover around 31% from deep. Modest numbers, but a hot stretch could tilt everything. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Oral Roberts' winner. The Golden Eagles' slightly stronger defensive profile and home court edge provide the margin. Expect a competitive first half, but Harper's scoring and steadier free throw shooting should close the door late. In a matchup defined by small advantages, Oral Roberts holds just enough of them to finish the job. My second pick for this match is total over 144.5. Northern Iowa Panthers versus Belmont Bruins. Northern Iowa arrives at 16-9 overall and 8-6 in conference play, fighting to climb the Missouri Valley standings. Belmont stands taller at 22-4 and 12-3 in league action, sitting atop the race with separation, but not comfort. The numbers lean decisively toward the Bruins, a 61.6% projected edge, yet the Panthers step in fresh off a statement win and eager to disrupt the hierarchy. For Belmont, it's about control and consolidation. For Northern Iowa, it's about belief and leverage in a tightening conference picture. Belmont's profile jumps off the page. They pour in 83.4 points per game while shooting 51% from the field, 39.7% from three, and 67% at the line. They move the ball with purpose, averaging 18.3 assists, and they protect the rim with 3.6 blocks per night. The rebounding margin is firm at 37.1 boards per game, and even with 13.1 turnovers, their efficiency overwhelms mistakes. Northern Iowa operates at a different tempo. The Panthers average 67.8 points on 46% shooting, 33.3% from deep, and 67.7% from the stripe. They allow just 60.0 points per game, nearly 12 fewer than Belmont concedes, and rely on structure, patience, and defensive discipline. They distribute 14.5 assists per game, commit only 9.4 turnovers, and generate 6.5 steals while contesting with 3.2 blocks. This is a defense-first group that shrinks space and values every possession. The offensive leaders reflect those identities. Trey Campbell sets the tone for Northern Iowa with 13.5 points, 3.8 assists, and 3.4 rebounds per game, shooting 44.1% overall and 33.3% from three. Leon Bond III adds 11.6 points and 5.4 rebounds, while Will Hornseth chips in 10.3 points on a sharp 61.1% clip. For Belmont, Tyler Lundblade headlines with 15.5 points per game, hitting 42% from the field, 38.6% from three, and an elite 94% at the free throw line. Drew Charnowski anchors inside with 11.6 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks, shooting a blistering 67.7%. Nick McLean adds 10.4 points and 6.3 assists, driving the Bruins' offensive rhythm. The defining theme is clear: Belmont's explosive efficiency versus Northern Iowa's defensive resistance. One wants pace and space, the other demands control and constraint. Recent form sharpens the narrative. Northern Iowa has won 4 of its last 5, including victories over Murray State, Bradley, Evansville, and Southern Illinois. Their only stumble came in a 65-50 loss to SIU, a reminder of how thin their offensive margin can be. But the Panthers are defending with confidence and closing games with composure. Belmont has taken 4 of its last 5 as well, but the lone loss, a 95-84 overtime setback to Bradley, exposed cracks when tempo turns chaotic. Since then, they've responded with wins over UIC, Drake, Murray State, and Valparaiso, consistently clearing 78 points and rediscovering their shooting rhythm. The Bruins are not just winning, they're scoring in waves. The key matchup is Campbell versus Lundblade. Campbell is methodical, balancing scoring and playmaking, 3.8 APG, with control. Lundblade is opportunistic, shooting 38.6% from three and 94% at the line. One manages pace, the other accelerates it. If Campbell keeps it in the 60s, Northern Iowa benefits. If Lundblade heats up early, Belmont can roll. Belmont's edge is spacing and interior efficiency. Charnowski's 67.7% shooting forces help, opening kickouts, while McLean, 6.3 APG, drives flow. Northern Iowa counters with disciplined defense, low turnovers, and strong rebounding from Bond and Hornseth. Tempo is key. Belmont prefers quick outlets and early threes. Uni wants half-court, late-clock execution. Bench depth slightly favors Belmont, whose rotation sustains scoring pressure. Northern Iowa's advantage is in ball security and defensive consistency. The X factor is three-point variance. If Belmont stretches beyond 40% from deep, the math becomes overwhelming. If Northern Iowa holds them closer to 30% and limits second-chance points, the pressure shifts. In the end, efficiency wins out. Belmont's balance, 83.4 points per game on 51% shooting, against a Panther offense that averages under 68 points creates a margin too wide to ignore. Northern Iowa will compete, defend, and slow stretches of the game, but sustaining offense against a top-tier unit is a different challenge. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Belmont winner. The Bruins' spacing, interior dominance, and late-game shot-making provide the decisive edge. And in a conference race tightening by the week, Belmont protects its place at the top with authority. My second pick for this match is total over 135.5. Hawaii Rainbow Warriors versus Cal State Bakersfield Roadrunners. Hawaii walks into Bakersfield at 17-5 overall and 9-3 in the Big West, sitting tied near the top of the conference race with UC Irvine. Cal State Bakersfield stands at 8-17, just 2-11 in league play, fighting to climb out of the bottom tier. The numbers frame it clearly. Hawaii carries an 84.4% projected edge into this matchup. For the Rainbow Warriors, it's about protecting position in a crowded conference race. For the Roadrunners, it's about disrupting the hierarchy and salvaging pride on their home floor. Hawaii has built its season on balance and defensive structure. They average 80.2 points per game while holding opponents to just 66.8. That near 13-point differential reflects a team that controls tempo and punishes mistakes. They shoot 46.5% from the field, 32.6% from three, and 73.5% from the line, distributing 14.4 assists per night with 40.0 rebounds. Defensively, they generate 6.6 steals and 4.0 blocks while limiting opponents' efficiency. Cal State Bakersfield operates at 72.0 points per game, but they allow 79.7, a gap that has defined their season. They shoot 41.6% from the floor, 30.2% from deep, and 73.4% at the stripe, producing 11.0 assists and 35.5 rebounds per contest. They do create activity defensively with 7.6 steals and 5.2 blocks, but turnovers, 14.0 per game, and defensive lapses have hurt their consistency. Isaac Johnson anchors Hawaii's offense with 13.5 points and 5.9 rebounds per game on 50.5% shooting and an elite 86.2% from the line. Drew Bullock adds 12.6 points and 5.8 boards, while Aaron Hunkin-Clater delivers 3.9 assists to steady the backcourt. Hawaii's attack is methodical. Ball movement, interior touches, and efficiency. Bakersfield counters with Dalen Smith's 15.8 points per game, though he shoots just 34.3% from the field despite a reliable 79.2% at the line. C.J. Hardy contributes 13.7 points on 45.2% shooting, and Ronald Jessamy provides interior presence with 12.0 points and 6.4 rebounds while blocking 1.9 shots per game. Pierre Geneste Jr. leads the team with 7.2 rebounds. The Roadrunners lean on athleticism and streak shooting, but efficiency remains their challenge. The defining theme is clear: Hawaii's offensive balance and defensive discipline versus Bakersfield's effort-driven but inconsistent attack. One side executes with control, the other thrives only when chaos tilts its way. Recent form sharpens the contrast. Hawaii has won 5 straight, victories over UC San Diego, Long Beach State, UC Irvine, Cal State Northridge, and Cal State Bakersfield, scoring between 72 and 98 points in that span. They've tightened defensively and closed games with authority. Bakersfield has dropped 5 in a row, including losses to Fullerton, UC Irvine, UC San Diego, Cal Poly, and Hawaii. They've allowed at least 78 points in each contest and struggled to generate late-game stops. The trajectory points in opposite directions. Hawaii surging, Bakersfield searching. The star duel centers on Johnson and Smith. Johnson's efficiency defines him: 50.5% from the floor, 33.8% from 3, and elite free throw touch. He scores within structure, rebounds his position, and protects the rim. Smith, meanwhile, is volume and aggression. 15.8 points, 26.3% from deep, capable of heating up but prone to cold stretches. If Smith finds rhythm early, Bakersfield has a pulse. If Johnson controls the paint and tempo, Hawaii dictates terms. Tactically, Hawaii's edge lies in efficiency and rebounding. They win the glass by nearly 5 boards per game and share the ball more effectively. Their defense limits clean perimeter looks, and their turnover number, 13.5, is manageable within their pace. Bakersfield must win second-chance opportunities and create turnovers to fuel transition scoring. Jessamy's rim protection and Hardy's perimeter shooting are X factors, but they'll need sustained discipline defensively, especially in closeouts and late clock rotations. Expect Hawaii to probe inside out early, forcing Bakersfield to defend multiple actions. The Roadrunners will press for steals and quick runs, but if the game settles into half-court execution, the advantage shifts heavily toward the visitors. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Hawaii winner. Prediction: Hawaii 82, Cal State Bakersfield 71. The Rainbow Warriors' balance, rebounding control, and defensive efficiency travel well. Bakersfield will compete with energy, but over 40 minutes, discipline and shot quality separate these teams, and Hawaii leaves with its conference standing intact. My second pick for this match is total over 147.5, or